ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। So I welcome you all. A special group from Brazil has come. I welcome you all, and others also are welcome. In the last class, we completed the 8th chapter of Bhavagad Gita. Bhavagad Gita is the teaching given by Lord Krishna to Arjuna, and it has got totally 700 verses. It has got 18 chapters, and those 18 chapters are divided into 3 groups. The first group is consisting of first 6 chapters, which are dedicated to Jiva Swarupa, the nature of individual. The second group consisting of 6 chapters, 7 to 12, predominantly, not completely, predominantly dedicated to the revelation of the nature of Ishvara. And the third group of 6 chapters, 13 to 18, are dedicated to the revelation of oneness between Jiva and Ishvara, predominantly speaking. So a 7th and 8th chapter have talked about Ishvara, the Lord, the creator of this world, the cause of this world. And 7th chapter talked about Ishvara as Paraprakriti, Aparaprakriti, the lower nature, higher nature, lower nature in the form of material principle called Maya, and higher nature called Chaitanyam, Brahma. And Brahma with Maya is called Ishvara, which is the cause of this entire universe. And how to attain that Ishvara and how to be free from the samsara, those topics also were discussed in the 7th chapter. Then the 8th chapter has a very peculiar subject matter, and that is Krama Muktihi, freedom in stages. And their particular sadhana called Upasana was talked about, meditation on particular form of Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha, Virat. And by that meditation throughout the life, one attains Brahmaloka, and in Brahmaloka one attains Jnanam, and in Brahmaloka one becomes free. That is called Krama Mukti, freedom in stages. And when this topic was discussed, somebody may think that this is the only way to become free. It is something like somebody you asked how to go to the temple, and that person shows the path which is having so many shops on the way, restaurant, etc. Because he has got so many shops. Suppose he says this is the path to the temple. So you may conclude that this is the only path. And therefore, somebody when he says that this is the path, we may conclude this is the only path. And therefore, person may not even explore the possibility of the pursuit of knowledge directly available for moksha. And therefore, the 9th chapter is started by Bhagavan to remove that possible doubt that Krama Mukti is the only Mukti. The freedom in stages is the only freedom which can be attained by Upasana. That is the only way to attain moksha. That type of doubt is to be dismissed by Bhagavan. And therefore Bhagavan starts the 9th chapter to show Sadhyo Mukti as opposed to Krama Mukti. Sadhyo Mukti means instantaneous freedom here and now. Krama Mukti means you will get freedom when you go to Brahmaloka, where you get Jnanam in Brahmaloka, then you get freedom. It's like a promissory note. Whereas Sadhyo Mukti means here and now. The knowledge is you are free here and now. You don't have to wait for some place. You don't have to wait for particular situation. If you are capable of seeing, you are free here and now. And this is the main vision of Vedanta. Vedanta primarily focuses on this Sadhyo Mukti, instantaneous freedom by knowledge, here and now in this Janma itself. No time frame is required. If you are ready, you can discover freedom here itself, now, in this place itself. No postponement. And that is called Sadhyo Mukti, which is by Atma Jnanam, which is attained through Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. And that sadhana and that Sadhyo Mukti Bhagavan is going to talk about in the 9th chapter. So invoking the grace of the Lord, we are entering into the 9th chapter. I will read the shloka, you can repeat. अथ नवमोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच इदं तु ते गुह्यतमम् प्रवक्ष्याम्यनसूयवे ज्ञानविज्ञानसहितम् यज्ञात्वा मोक्षसे शुभात्. Atha, now, Navamaha Adhyaya, 9th chapter. And the 9th chapter does not start with Arjuna's question, unlike the 8th chapter. 8th chapter started with Arjuna's question, Kim tad brahma kim adhyatmam kim karma purushottama, started with question. But here, Bhagavan doesn't wait for Arjuna's question. When you care for somebody, you do not wait for the request. Somebody is in trouble, your near and dear one, and you come to know that he or she is in trouble, you go and help. So similarly, Bhagavan cares for Arjuna, and through Arjuna, Bhagavan cares for all the seekers of freedom. And therefore, even without Arjuna's asking, Bhagavan is taking the initiative to remove that possible doubt that Krama Mukti is the only moksha and Upasana is the only way. Upasana itself doesn't give moksha even in Krama Mukti. But Upasana will lead to Brahma Loka where Atma Jnanam is possible. But Upasana is introduced as a main, one of the important factors. And here Bhagavan wants to say, even if you do not do Upasana, if you have done Upasana, Karma Yoga in your previous life, then here itself you can get Atma Jnanam, here you can get freedom. To convey this idea, to avoid the possible misunderstanding, Bhagavan is starting this 9th chapter, Shri Bhagavan Uvach. And this chapter starts with the introduction to the topic and glorification of the topic. What is the topic of this chapter? Ishvara Swarupa Jnanam. The knowledge of the true nature of Ishvara is the topic of this chapter. And that topic, Ishvara Swarupa Jnanam, the knowledge of the true nature of Ishvara, is introduced and glorified. So Bhagavan says, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha means Shri Bhagavan, glorious Lord, told. What did he say? Pravakshami, I shall tell you. Idam Jnanam, I shall tell you this knowledge. Means I will teach you about this knowledge. Idam Jnanam. Tu means which is distinct. However, distinct from this teaching given in the previous chapter. To show the distinction, the word tu is there. So I will teach te to you. The knowledge which is Guhyatamam, the greatest secret. Somebody may say, Swamiji, what is the secret? Already you are teaching here in public. Where is the secret? It is secret because if a person is not ready, even if it is taught, person will not get it. Therefore it is secret. See, generally any secret is a secret until it is disclosed. Once it is disclosed, it is no more a secret. Coca-Cola formula, generally I give the example. Coca-Cola formula is secret. But once the person knows it, is knows it. This is to be added, this is to be added, this is how Coca-Cola is made. So once secret is disclosed, is no more secret. But this knowledge is such a thing that even if it is disclosed and a person is not ready, then it still remains secret. It is taught, still remains secret. Therefore it is called Guhyatamam. It is the greatest secret. Why? Because in spite of being told, many people don't get it. Like some secret formula, if it is talked in a code language, even if you hear, you will not get it. And so this Atma Jnanam is the greatest secret for the people who are not ready for it. If you are ready, it is not a secret. Swami Chinmayananji, when he started this Gita Jnana Yajna, in Pune he started, then some people objected that why are you teaching this Vedanta in public? In olden days, Vedanta was not taught in public. He said Vedanta should be taught only to the people who are qualified. If they are not qualified and if you teach Vedanta, it may harm. That was that contention. For that, Swami Chinmayananji gave very good answer. He says that even if I teach and if people are not ready, they will sleep off. They will doze off. And therefore Mother Shruti will take care of secrecy of this knowledge. So we don't have to worry. If people are not ready, either they will doze off or they will be blank look. What Swamiji is talking about. So person will not get it if person is not ready for it. It's something like, the quantum physics is taught to the person who is 7th class. Even if it is taught very well, person will not get it, especially advanced quantum physics or quantum mathematics. So it is It requires certain qualification. And therefore, Bhagavan says, I am going to tell you something which is greatest secret. It is not really a secret. In fact, it is the easiest thing Bhagavan is going to tell. But since we have got certain orientation, how the reality should be, and our orientation itself will not allow us to grasp what is being revealed by the teacher. Therefore, it is Guhyatamam. And Vijnana Sahitam. I will teach you the Jnanam along with Vijnana. And the difference between Jnanam and Vijnanam is knowing that Brahman is. That is called Jnanam. The ultimate reality called Brahman is. This type of knowledge is called Jnanam. Brahma Asti. That is called Jnanam. And that Brahman I am. This is called Vijnana. So Bhagavan says, I will teach you this knowledge in its objective form and subjective form. Objective form means there is something called Brahma. This is called knowledge in objective form. Brahma Asti. There is an entity called Brahma, which is Sarvajna, Sarvashaktiman, all knowing, all powerful, creator of this world. This type of understanding is called Jnanam. And that Brahman, I am. This is called Vijnana. So Bhagavan said, I will teach you in such a way that you will get Jnanam and Vijnana. So Jnana Vijnana Sahitam Pravakshyami. Vijnana Sahitam Jnanam Pravakshyami. I will teach you about this Jnanam along with Vijnana. And Bhagavan uses one word for Arjuna to show that one needs to have certain qualification to receive this knowledge. And that word is Anasuyave. Anasuyu means the person who is free from Asuya. Asuya means fault-finding attitude. Guneshu doshavishkaranam. Finding the fault even in virtues. Somebody is doing some sharing. He is sharing his food or sharing his wealth or going to the hospital and serving the people. He is doing a good thing. But other person says he is trying to show off. This is called what? Asuya. Fault-finding attitude. So, people are good to you and you doubt some intention in that. That is called what? Asuya. Fault-finding attitude. And Anasuyu means one who is free from this fault-finding attitude. So, one needs to be Anasuyu, means free from this fault-finding attitude. Then only one can receive this knowledge. Otherwise, people find fault in Bhagavan Sri Krishna. You know what type of fault they say? Bhagavan keeps on telling, Aham Jagat Karta, Aham Sarvatra Asmi, Aham Adirhi Bhutanam. So he said, Bhagavan is so arrogant. Every now and then he is telling, Aham, I am. So in Bhagavan also they are finding fault. And local guru, they find fault that he doesn't know this, or he is so much disciplinarian, or whatever. Some fault they find. And as long as this fault-finding attitude is there, whatever is given to you, you will find a fault in it. When you go to the dining hall, some food will be served. And if you have got fault-finding attitude, you will find a fault in that. Here salt is more, or this sugar is less, or this is good, this is not good. Instead of enjoying whatever is given as a prasada, we have that mind of finding fault. And fault-finding people can never be happy. Fault-finding people can never receive this spiritual knowledge. Because whatever is given, they will find some fault. No guru is perfect. I have never seen any guru who is perfect means there is no limitation at the level of the body, senses, mind. There is no guru. There is no political leader who is perfect. No person is perfect. But we try to see good things in the person, learn from them, benefit from them, and go ahead. But many people have this fault finding attitude. You know why it happens? Why people get this fault finding attitude? One reason is I see my growth line to be limited. Suppose you put it graphically, my growth line has gone up to say 6 centimeter. And to make it 8 centimeter growth line is very difficult because growth is always painful, requires some effort. So I find that I cannot extend my growth line by putting forth effort. I am too lazy and I do not have the mind to put effort. But I see so many people are growing. So my growth line is limited and others' growth line is extended. So what do? I try to erase some part of their growth line so that I can feel I am bigger. I cannot grow because I don't have the mind to grow perhaps. And but at the same time I want to feel good, feel big. So what I do? I try to cut somebody short. Instead of growing myself, growing big myself, I try to cut short somebody. That is how the mind is. When I am not satisfied with myself, I find fault in others. So that I feel good what? That I alone am not limited. I alone am not having the problems. Everybody has problems. It gives you some vicarious satisfaction. And therefore, one needs to be observant about it. One should introspect and find out whether am I finding fault unnecessary. Yeah, if it is my job to tell that this salt is okay or salt is not okay, and you tell, that is okay. If it is your duty to find out the quality of a thing, quality of a system, and you say these are the defects in the system, it is not a vice, it is not a problem, or it is not a defect. When finding the defect is your duty, then finding the defect is not a defect. But when it is not your duty and unasked you keep on finding fault in others, that is considered to be a defect. Seeing defect in others unnecessarily is a defect. And therefore, Bhagavan says, Arjuna, you are anasuyu. You are free from that fault finding attitude, and therefore I am teaching you this knowledge. By that, Bhagavan is giving the message, if you want to receive the teaching of Bhagavad Gita, be free from this fault finding attitude. Therefore, anasuyave jnanam vignana sahitam vakshyami yajnatva. Having attained this knowledge, ashubhat mokshase, you would be free from ashubha. Ashubha means inauspicious. And finally, what is inauspicious? Samsara, bondage. What is bondage? Bondage is self non-acceptance. Not being able to accept myself completely. Not able to accept the world completely. So, non-acceptance of the world and oneself is bondage. Bondage has got several definitions. One of them is this: non-acceptance of the world and myself. Or struggle to become somebody, not being happy with what I am. I want to become somebody, struggling to become somebody, impress somebody, try to look bigger, try to show off bigger than what I am. All this struggle to become bigger is samsara. And one becomes free from that struggle to become somebody by knowing oneself to be limitless Ishvara. And therefore Bhagavan said, ashubhat mokshase. You will be free from the struggle to become somebody. You will be free from struggle to accept yourself once you get this understanding about yourself as one with Ishvara. Now in the next shloka, Bhagavan is glorifying this knowledge by various words. We will read. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitramidamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Abjayam. So Bhagavan is using various words for the knowledge he is going to give. It is called glorification. Why glorification is done? So that the listeners will have value. So that listeners will put forth effort to understand, pay attention. Therefore, glorification is done for this knowledge. Bhagavan uses various words. One of them is Rajavidya. This knowledge is called Rajavidya. Vidyanam Raja Rajavidya. This knowledge is the king of all knowledges, all disciplines of knowledge. Means what? This knowledge is outstanding knowledge. Why? Because any other knowledge you get, it will make you little bit better off. But still, the sense of dissatisfaction continues. The sense of self-rejection continues. Whereas this knowledge is outstanding because it gives you complete trupti, satisfaction. You are satisfied with yourself. And once you are satisfied with yourself, you will be satisfied with the world. Whenever you are dissatisfied with the world, you will see that your real dissatisfaction is not with the world or any person or any object in the world. Your dissatisfaction is with yourself. When you say, I am dissatisfied with my son, daughter, etc., you know what is your dissatisfaction? I am dissatisfied to be a father of such a son. I am dissatisfied with my spouse. What does it mean? I am dissatisfied as a spouse. I am dissatisfied with myself. Basic dissatisfaction is with oneself. Once you are satisfied with yourself, outside situation doesn't matter. Outside situation is a situation. Even if it is a challenging, it is still a situation. It is a situation to be handled, that's all. But it does not create any dent on your sense of fulfillment. And therefore, this Vidya is called Raja Vidya. It is the outstanding, it is the king of all disciplines of knowledge. Second one is Rajaguhyam. It is the secret, it is the king of secrets. Swami Chinmayananda used to use the word royal secret. It is a royal secret. Means it is the king of all secrets. Just now we saw that idea. This is the secret because even if it is disclosed, it remains secret. Therefore, Rajaguhyam. And this type of word is used Rajaguhyam, to show that if you have an opportunity to get this knowledge, don't take it for granted. Because human being has got this weakness that when opportunity comes, he wastes away the opportunity. He is wasting away the opportunity. And when opportunity is gone, he is regretting. When things were available, you reject it. And once they have gone, you miss it. That is a foolishness. So Bhagavan wants to say, Arjuna, you have the opportunity, don't take it for granted. In life, never take the opportunity for granted. If you use this small opportunity well, you will be given bigger opportunity. If small opportunity is wasted away, then small will go away, big will not come. Therefore, make use of the opportunity Bhagavan has given in any given situation. Rajaguhyam. Some people during the class, they will be having attention here and there. Afterwards, they will listen to recording. So instead of that, why don't you listen now itself? So that type of mind, always postponing to future, wasting away the opportunity, it's not intelligent. Therefore, Bhagavan is glorifying Rajaguhyam and Idam Uttamam Pavitram. This knowledge is the most exalted purifier. Pavitra means here purifier. We have got water purifier, air purifier. This is what Jiva purifier. It purifies you of your all punya, papa, and the cause of punya, papa, ajnana. All other purifiers will be temporary. They purifies and again that thing becomes impure. Water you purify and again water will become impure. The air you purify, again it becomes impure. But this knowledge is purifying the person of his all punya, papa, and the cause of punya, papa, ignorance. And therefore it is called Uttamam Pavitram. And Pratyakshaavagamam. This understanding is directly attainable. You can appreciate this knowledge as you are appreciating your sukha and dukkha. Suppose you are happy, and if I ask you, are you happy? And if I don't know. If you have happiness, it is directly available to you. If you have unhappiness, in fact, that is a better example. When you have got unhappiness in your mind, and if somebody asks, do you have any unhappiness? If you are honest, you will not say, I don't know. Sukha and dukkha, pleasure and pain are directly available to you. It is not a matter of inference. Similarly, this jnanam of Ishvara being yourself is directly available. It is not like the knowledge of heaven. Suppose I give you the description of heaven. There is a heaven, and in heaven there are apsaras, celestial women, and they are very beautiful and they are dancing, they play music, and there is a kalpa vriksha, there is a tree, wish yielding tree, there is amruta panam. If I give all this description will be what? Indirect only for you. You are not directly experiencing that. So the Atmic Jnanam is not like the knowledge of heaven. Knowledge of heaven is a belief for you. Since it is given by Shastra, therefore we call it Paroksha Jnanam, indirect knowledge. Otherwise it is as good as belief. Whereas this Atmic Jnanam, this self-knowledge is not like that. Self-knowledge is as directly attainable as Sukha and Dukkha. Pleasure and pain you experience directly. You appreciate, you attain directly. Similarly, this Atmic Jnanam is Pratyakshaavagamam. And Dharmyam. Something may be very pleasant, but it is not permitted by Shastra. Like taking alcohol. As per Shastra, taking alcohol is not a right thing, prohibited. So certain things may be pleasant but not permitted by Shastra. Whereas this Atmic Jnanam is Dharmyam. Dharmyam is unopposed to Dharma. Means Shastra doesn't prohibit this pursuit of self-knowledge. In fact, Shastra is encouraging this pursuit of self-knowledge. Shastra says, Tad Vijnanartham Guru Mevabi Gacche. This Brahman should be understood. And therefore, it is Dharmyam. It is not opposed to Dharma. In fact, it is in keeping with Dharma. And also, Dharmyam has one more meaning. And that is, this self-knowledge can be attained only when a person has got lot of punya done, acquired in the past. It is not that easy. That person may have the opportunity to get this knowledge. That itself requires lot of punya. Punya means the result of, the invisible result of right action. The action prescribed. Therefore, Dharmya means it is attained only as the result of so much punyam, so much good deeds in the past. And susukham kartum, it is easy to attain. It is not so difficult. Why? Because the subject matter of this knowledge is yourself. Suppose you have to do this research on some particular island, you have to go there. And you have to find out what is the vegetation there and what are the animals there and all this. So much you have to go there. Antarctica is there, so you have to have very, very hard life you have to live. Here, the subject matter is yourself. And therefore, susukham kartum. If you are ready, it is easy. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji, while explaining this, he says, Ratnadi Parikshavat. If person has got a knack of understanding this is a real gem, this is not real gem. Moment you show him, he said, yes, real. This is unreal. He doesn't take time. How easy it is. Similarly, once person is exposed to the Shastra and qualified, then it is easy. Sometimes it is said this self-knowledge is very difficult. And here it is said self-knowledge is very easy. So, which one is to be taken right? Which one is to be accepted? Both are right. If you are qualified, it is the easiest thing you can have. If you are not qualified, it is very difficult. Everything in life is like that. Running is easy or difficult? It depends. Some of you will say, yeah, Swamiji, very easy. Running, what is the run? Some people, it is very difficult. Walking itself is difficult. Where is question of running? And therefore, something is easy or difficult is decided by the background of the person. So, Bhagavan is keeping the qualified person in mind and says, if you are ready, susukham kartum. And sometimes something is easily available with less effort, with less price, then its result is not long lasting. Like some product of some country, price is very less, easily available, but doesn't last very long. So when something is easily available, with less price it is available, then generally it doesn't last very long, or quality will not be so good. Recently it happened that some oil for some backache, etc., somebody bought from when they went to the Uti. They bought, there is some particular oil they sell. And we brought it. And then he wanted to have another bottle. That's why we can get it online. So here he had got for 320 or something, 370. And there online is 290 rupees. Very good. So online means you don't have to go there and you get it. It comes to your home. And when it came, we understood that it is highly diluted. So when something is easily available, then chances are there it will not of great quality. It will not be lasting very long. So for self-knowledge, when it was said that it is easily available, then we may think, oh, it will easily go away also. Therefore, Bhagavan said, no, avyayam. Avyayam means it is inexhaustible. This jnanam and jnana phalam is imperishable, inexhaustible. The jnana phalam remains with you wherever you go. Whether you are healthy or not healthy, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are in India or abroad, wherever you are, if you have this understanding, you will be able to enjoy freedom. So the result of this knowledge is avyayam, imperishable. Thus Bhagavan glorified this knowledge by saying that it is the greatest secret, it is the king of all knowledge, it is the highest purifier, and it is available directly, and it is easy to attain, unopposed to dharma, and its result is inexhaustible. Thus Bhagavan glorified knowledge. Now in the next shloka, Bhagavan will talk about the people who are not able to attain this knowledge. What happens to them? Those details we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri